taking jurors not only to the field where deputies finally found the remains of Andreen McDonald, but also inside the vehicle she shared with her husband, Air Force Major Andreen McDonald.
Human remains later identified as belonging to Andreen McDonald.
Everyone dreams of making it big in America, the land of opportunity, getting a good education, finding success in your career, and starting a family. Andreen McDonald seemed to have achieved that American dream. This young woman from Jamaica was smart, beautiful, and ambitious. After meeting her husband, Andreen McDonald, an Air Force officer, she moved to the United States. In just a few years, Andreen had her college degree, a baby daughter, a nice home, and her own thriving business that made her a millionaire. From the outside, the McDonalds looked like they had it all. But sometimes appearances can be deceiving. On one fateful day in March 2019, Andreen went missing without a trace. What began as a wife and mother living the American dream soon became every family's worst nightmare. Revealing the truth about what really happened to Andreen McDonald would take years and reveal a lot of turmoil in her marriage. This is the story of how Andreen's path to success and achieving the American dream led to her American nightmare. Welcome to Urban Crime Stories. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for upcoming episodes. Andreen McDonald was born on September 23, 1989, in Port Antonio, Jamaica. She started off modestly in Jamaica, yet she was beautiful, smart, and vibrant. Just like many others, Andreen saw relocating to the United States as a total dream. Her father served in the Jamaican military, and later he relocated to London in 2004. Nonetheless, she remained close to both of her parents. Andreen did well in school. At the age of 18, she got an associate degree in business studies focusing on marketing from Excelsior Community College in Jamaica. Besides being smart in her studies, Andreen was also good at making close connections with people she met. At 19 years old, she crossed paths with Andreen McDonald while he was visiting Jamaica for a funeral. Andreen, who was 10 years older than her, was a United States Air Force Reserve officer. Andreen, mature and ambitious for her age, caught Andreen's eye right away. After meeting Andreen in Jamaica in 2009, Andreen moved to America. They got married on July 9th of the same year, when she was 20 years old. Andreen had been married once before. Some people think Andreen might have left his ex-wife for Andreen. In October 2014, Andreen moved to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas, where he was assigned to work as a cyber warfare officer. Once they settled down in San Antonio, Andreen wasted no time and resumed her usual routine by continuing her education. She pursued a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Texas at San Antonio. Meanwhile, as Andreen focused on her studies and obtained her degree, the McDonalds received news of their expanding family. At the young age of 21, Andreen welcomed a lovely baby girl named Elena. By the time she turned 22, she leveraged her education and determination to establish a thriving assisted living business, which she named Starlight Homes. Andreen's friend mentioned that Andreen supported Andreen by withdrawing money from his retirement savings and selling his BMW to assist her in getting started. In September 2017, Andreen was featured in San Antonio Women's Magazine as an exemplary figure who put in hard work, took chances, and achieved goals. During her 3 years in Texas, she not only obtained her degree but also established her business from scratch. She managed everything from operations to human resources to marketing at Starlight Homes, which expanded to 2 locations, serving more than 28 residents around the clock. Andreen revealed to San Antonio Women's Magazine that her motivation for starting Starlight Homes stemmed from her mother's career as a certified nursing assistant and Andreen's compassionate care for his grandmother, who needed assistance after a tragic accident that resulted in the amputation of her left leg. At 29 years old, she had become a millionaire. Andreen wasn't just intelligent and skilled in business, she also followed a rigorous gym and morning schedule. She would rise before 5:30 a.m., hit the gym by that time, and be at work by 8 a.m. It looked like Andreen had accomplished the American dream. She had a husband with a thriving career, a beloved daughter, a lovely house in a fantastic area, and a thriving business. To outsiders, Andreen seemed to have everything. However, things aren't always as they seem. Only those closest to her knew that something was amiss, but the reality would soon come to light. On the morning of March 1st, 2019, Andreen didn't arrive for her 5:30 a.m. Iron Tribe fitness class. Her trainer sensed immediately that something was wrong. Andreen was always punctual and extremely reliable. Her well-being and fitness were of the utmost importance to her. It was unheard of her to miss a class without any explanation. Later that morning, she was expected to be at work at Starlight Homes. However, as the afternoon approached, Andreen was still nowhere to be seen. Carol Ganbar, a close friend of Andreen, felt deeply concerned. Despite being competitors in the assisted living industry, they had formed a strong bond and often collaborated. Carol received a call from one of Andreen's employees reporting that Andreen wasn't answering her phone and hadn't arrived at work. Unable to reach Andreen, Carol went directly to the McDonald's residence and entered. She immediately sensed that something wasn't right. Upon entering the master bathroom, she discovered blood and hair on a light switch. Carol attempted to contact Andre but received no response. She called Andreen's mother, Maureen Smith, and drove to get her. She then returned to the house to show Maureen the bloodied light switch. A call for a welfare check was made to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office at 1:22 p.m. Deputies arrived shortly after, and Andreen's mom and Carol guided them through the house, showing them everything they had just found. During this initial walkthrough, a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy discovered that Andreen's purse, ID, and keys had also been left behind. In the backyard, typically well-maintained, another concerning discovery was made. A pile of burnt clothes. There, they found a zipper from Andreen's blouse. Inside the garage was a Chevrolet Malibu. Deputies noticed a small dent above the trunk and light-colored gravel on its tires, indicating recent use on a gravel road. While they were there, Andre returned home and initially claimed Andreen was at the emergency room at Baptist Hospital. However, a call to the hospital revealed this was false. Andre eventually admitted to arguing with Andreen the previous night and not knowing her whereabouts. He was taken into custody and promptly requested his lawyer, declining to give further information about Andreen's whereabouts or the previous night's argument. A forensic crime unit inspected the stain on the light switch and verified that it was blood. It later emerged that Andre had indeed visited the emergency room at Baptist Hospital just before coming home to find sheriff deputies at his residence. Brendan Gordon, the clerk on duty in the emergency room that morning, described how Andre hurriedly entered the emergency room, stating that he was searching for his wife, Andréenne. When Gordon mentioned that there was a woman named McDonald receiving treatment, Andre briefly looked at him, then left abruptly. Andre provided some explanations, but he claimed that the last time he saw his wife was the previous night. Moreover, Andre's account only created more uncertainties than resolutions. He mentioned that they had returned home from the tax preparer's office and had argued about their business. He said he drove up the road to get some gas and to cool off. The police obtained video evidence of him at the Shell gas station. When he returned home, he told detectives that he and Andreen went to separate bedrooms. However, investigators discovered that Andre failed to mention a text exchange that occurred at the gas station. These text messages, found on Andre's phone, revealed a troubled marriage, including allegations of betrayal and accusations of infidelity. Aubin Hall, a businessman residing in Port Antonio, Jamaica, was identified by investigators as Andreen's former boyfriend and possibly her current lover. According to investigators, Aubin had dated Andreen when she was a teenager. Andreen's close friend Mandy claimed that the two reignited their relationship in 2017 during one of Andreen's charitable trips to the island. Aubin had always been Andreen's first love, and emotionally, it was something she never got over, according to Mandy. They continued their affair discreetly until the summer of 2018, when Andreen got 2 new tattoos, an initial tattoo on her hand and a date tattooed on her wrist. Andre became suspicious of the meaning behind these tattoos, and Mandy says he worked diligently to unravel the tattoo mystery. Through social media, Andre discovered a revealing photograph of Aubin with the exact same tattoo that Andreen had on her hand, along with the numbers corresponding to Aubin's birthday. Mandy explained that Andreen confessed she had impulsively gotten the tattoo, knowing it was a foolish decision. Enraged, Andre threatened divorce unless Andreen had cut ties with Aubin and vowed not to travel to Jamaica without him. Andreen complied by covering up the tattoos as she didn't want to risk losing her hard-earned assets. At Andre's 40th birthday celebration, Mandy observed that, from the outside, the McDonalds appeared to be getting along well. However, just 13 days later, on March 1st, 2019, Andreen vanished. The once cheerful home turned into a crime scene as investigators combed through the McDonald's residence. Despite their efforts, Andreen's cell phone remained missing. Investigators checked for any activity on her credit cards or passport but found no leads. The next morning on March 2nd, Andre McDonald was released from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. An undercover investigator assigned to watch the McDonald's residence noticed damage to the garage and observed Andre leaving the driveway. The investigator trailed him to a nearby gun shop, where Andre was observed purchasing a 9mm handgun and ammunition. Concerned that he might harm himself, investigators approached Andre as he returned to his car. They moved to detain him and handed him over to military authorities for a mental health evaluation, as he was an Air Force officer. Meanwhile, with a search warrant, investigators returned to the McDonald's residence for further inspection. Among the items found were a shovel, an axe, a hatchet-like tool, a box of heavy-duty black trash bags, gloves, and gas cans. Inside the garbage can, they discovered torn-up receipts from Lowe's. Detectives obtained surveillance footage from Lowe's showing items purchased the day after Andreen went missing. Investigators later discovered what they claimed to be the most incriminating evidence: a hammer and clothing in the trash. The clothing, believed to be Andre's, showed traces of blood on the jeans pocket. The lab analysis revealed the presence of blood on the hammer, and the DNA extracted from it matched Andrean's. Investigators inferred that the hammer was likely the murder weapon, which was a significant finding. Investigators found those items marked with Andre's blood in the family's garbage. On March 3, 2019, the Air Force finished its assessment of Andre and released him. Soon after, civilian authorities stepped in and arrested him. Andre was taken into custody for evidence tampering stemming from the torn receipt discovered at the residence, which detailed the items he bought from the hardware store. Authorities no longer believed that Andreen was alive, and efforts were made to find her body so she could receive a proper burial. This would also facilitate holding whoever was responsible accountable for their actions. Police, military personnel, volunteers, as well as Andreen's family and friends searched creek banks, drainage ditches, ravines, wooded areas, and campgrounds, amongst others. Despite extensive searches, Andreen remained missing. Andre was later released from custody on bail. In Andreen's absence, he assumed control of Starlight Homes. Days turned into months as the search for Andreen continued, yielding no results. Investigators dug deeper into the couple's relationship, discovering that they had business problems as well as romantic ones. WhatsApp messages revealed arguments over who was truly responsible for the success of their business. Andrew Russell, a friend, informed investigators that the couple's verbal disputes sometimes turned physical. He recounted an incident before a Christmas party in 2018, where Andre and Andreen were seen grappling on the floor. The following morning, they laughed it off, but Russell felt uneasy, sensing the relationship had become toxic. Nearly 5 months passed before Andreen McDonald's body was discovered. Her remains were located on a private property, less than 10 miles from the couple's residence. Her death was determined to be a homicide, and Andre McDonald was indicted for murder. Throughout his nearly 4 years on bail, Andre McDonald remained reserved. Opening statements were anticipated for January 17, 2023, for Andre McDonald's murder trial. 2 days prior to the trial's commencement, Cindy Johnson, Andreen's sister, received a call from an unknown number, which turned out to be Andre. Cindy testified about the phone call, stating that Andre expressed a desire to speak with her and their mother. During the call, Cindy felt nervous and confused. Andre confessed that on February 28, 2019, he and Andreen had argued over a business venture, leading to a physical altercation where he caused Andreen to fall to the ground and then stomped on her. He admitted to panicking when he realized Andreen was not breathing and decided to dispose of her body before their daughter could witness it. He initially planned to dismember the body, but ultimately changed his mind. The prosecution presented over 30 witnesses, while the defense called only one, Andreen McDonald. After 12.5 hours of deliberation, the jury found Andreen not guilty of murder, but guilty of manslaughter. Judge Frank Castro delivered the sentencing, condemning Andreen's actions as similar to those of a serial killer and expressing dismay at his lack of remorse during the trial. Andreen received the maximum sentence of 20 years. A week later, Andreen received an additional 5 years for the tampering with evidence charge. Andreen's tragic story serves as a reminder that we must never turn a blind eye to the potential of domestic abuse, no matter how picture-perfect a couple may seem on the outside. Speaking up and getting help could save lives. No dream is worth sacrificing someone's safety. Andreen's story should motivate all of us to stay vigilant about the signs of domestic violence and toxic relationships. Thank you for watching this episode. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for upcoming episodes. Your support is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I will see you on Urban Crime Stories.